Hi everyone. Today we are going to explain about business accounting presentation set 2. First of all, let me introduce our teammates. My name is Wasiran Alalaki Ramis. Number matrix 23DBS 25F1019.
And my name is Fazli Shahbil Ahmad Sharani, and my matrix number is 23DBS 25F1067.
My name is Nur Eliana Bakishah binti Kamaruddin, and my number matrix is 23DBS25F1059.
My name is Alia Sisi. My matrix number is 23DBS25F1011.
I will explain about function of the Company Commission of Malaysia. Firstly, Company and Business Registration act as the official body for incorporating company and registering businesses in Malaysia. Secondly, Corporate Governance and Monitoring monitor business activity to promote accountability, transparency, and good corporate governance. Lastly, Public Access to Information provide company and business information to the public, such as ownership, detail, director, and financial status. Next, I will explain about function of Inland Revenue Board. Firstly, assessment and recollection of tax. Administer and collect direct tax such as income tax, petroleum income tax, real property gain tax, RPGT, and stamp duty. Secondly, policy and advisory role. Advise the government on matters related to taxation policy. Lastly, revenue management. Ensure steady collection of government revenue to fund national development and public service.
Today I'm going to explain about types of accounting fields. There are 3 types of accounting fields: auditing, taxation, and financial accounting. First, auditing. Auditing is a process of independent examination of financial records, confirms accuracy of transactions, helps detect fraud or errors early, builds trust for investors, banks, and stakeholders. Example, auditor check company sales record. Second, taxation. Focuses on preparing and submitting tax returns, ensures payment of income tax, corporate tax, and other direct taxes. Advises on tax planning to reduce liabilities legally. Example, company filed annual corporate tax return to LHDN. Finally, financial accounting. Financial accounting records daily financial transactions systematically, summarizes account at the end of the period, prepares financial statements such as income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. Example, publishing an annual financial report for shareholders.
I will explain about accounting concept. First, historical cost. Historical cost is an accounting term that refers to the original purchase price or cost of an asset at the time it was acquired by business. Like example, if the company buys a building in 2010 for 500,000 ringgit, it will continue to report the building at the 500,000 ringgit on its balance sheet, even if the market value rises to 800,000 ringgit by 2025. Next, prudence, also called the conservatism principle. is an accounting concept that requires the accountants to exercise caution when making judgment under conditions of uncertainty. Like example, if a company owns inventory that originally cost 50,000 ringgit, but due to market changes, the current value is now 350,000 ringgit. In inventory, we valued at 350,000 ringgit, not 50,000 ringgit. Next, consistency. Behaving or performing in the same way over time. It refers to reliability, steadiness, and uniformity. When someone or something is consistent, you can expect the same quality, behavior, or outcome repeatedly. Like example, personal habit or behavior consistency. If you go to gym every morning at 6 a.m., that's consistency. Next, matching. Expenses should be recorded in the same accounting period as the revenues they help to generate. Accounting treatment: revenue 50,000 ringgit recorded in August. Expenses 10,000 ringgit plus 5,000 ringgit also recorded in August. The expenses are recorded in the same period. Next, accrual. Accrual refers to recording revenues and expenses when they are earned or accrued, not when cash is received or paid. Like example, you did a service for client in September, but the client will pay you in October. The revenue is earned in September, so it's accrued in September's account.
As for my part, I am going to explain about 5 source documents and their accounting treatment. For number 1 is sales invoice. The function of sales invoice is to prove of goods sold on credit. The example of transaction is sold goods worth RM2,000 to Cemerlang Sdn Bhd on credit. The book of prime entry is sales journal. The reason is because all credit sales are recorded here. For number 2 is purchase invoice. The function of purchase invoice is to prove of goods or services purchased on credit. The example of transaction is purchased office furniture worth RM3,000 from Bintang Office Supplies on credit. Book of prime entry is purchase journal. The reason is because all credit purchases are recorded here. And for number 3 is credit note. The function of credit note is to record sale returns or price adjustments. The example of transaction is Cemerlang Sdn Bhd returned damaged goods worth RM300. The books of prime entry is returns inwards journal. The reason is because it records goods returned by customer. Number 4 is debit note. The function of debit note is to record purchase returns to suppliers. For the example of transaction is returned faulty goods worth RM250 ringgit to Bintang Office Supplies. The book of prime entry is returns outward journals. The reason is because it records goods returned to suppliers. And the last one is check counterfoil. The function of check counterfoil is to prove of payment made by check. The example of transaction is paid monthly rent of RM1,500 ringgit via check to Fazlis Properties. The book of prime entry is cash book. The reason, it records all check payments. And the last one, for summary, source documents like sales invoice and credit notes provide proof of every business transaction. Each document is linked to a specific book of prime entry, such as the sales journal or sales returns journal. This process creates a clear and organized paper trail. It ensures that all transactions are accurate, complete, and verifiable, which is essential for reliable financial reporting.